Alright guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another episode of our Montreal Canadiens BAGM mode. So in this episode, we're probably going to get the rest of the regular season done, go past the trade deadline. There's a couple comments that I want to go over and a couple things that we're going to have to do before we get started in the simulation and get the last 30 games done. We've got a couple comments to go over before we go over the last 30 some odd games and get the regular season done. We're going to go through the trade deadline as well, but since we traded Lance Boma for Zach Kassian, he's been doing pretty good. He's got 5 points in his last 6 games, which honestly isn't bad for a third line grinder. He's loving it here in Montreal, and I'm super glad that he's happy here. But we're gonna have to go ahead and actually swap him over with David Desharnais because he is a left winger and I want to play him in his correct position. Thank you for letting me know how many points he had in the time that we had him. That's pretty cool. I'm glad that he's doing well, fitting in here in Montreal. But Max Pacioretty has been the guy who's just been ripping it up lately. He's got 50 points and he had 15 points in 6 games after the trade for Lance Boma. So that could mean, you know, like getting a depth player like that really gels everyone together. Alex Galchenyuk is up. Everyone seems to be doing pretty good, and I think we're on like a 6 or a 7 game winning streak. So there's a couple other things here. Rock solid. He points out to me that why shouldn't Plekanec be on the power play? Desharnais is basically shit defensively, and Plekanec is a god. That was straight up a mistake. I did not mean to put David Desharnais. I meant to put Thomas Plekanec, so we'll definitely change that up for the PK there, so that that clears that up. There's a starting lineup once again. Everything seems to be doing pretty good. We're going to be at the trade deadline pretty quick here, and there's one comment that I want to go over from Brandon. He says, could be influential on both Galchenyuk and Pacioretty to have another American playing on their right wing side of them. Semin may be doing good with them right now, but as we know, he's known to be an absolute slouch in the playoffs. If you make any trades at all, it would be to get an American top line right winger, maybe someone like Blake Wheeler, who would be beneficial simply because he's an American right winger and could blend nicely with Pacioretty and Galchenyuk. He's got the size, which is something that Montreal really doesn't have a whole lot of with their forward group, and it's something that we're going to need down the road. Why not sooner? I agree with that, I really do, but we're looking at our trading assets, and honestly, we don't have a whole lot to work with unless we get rid of someone like De La Rose or Sherbeck or Noah Juleson, who I really don't want to get rid of, to be honest, and I don't really want to trade Alexander Semin either. I get it. It would definitely be nice to have another American on the first line, but I think having 2 Americans and a Russian, you know what, it might just have to work for right now. We'll go check out Winnipeg just to have a look at what Blake Wheeler's trade value is. Probably just ridiculous. Like, look at Blake. There's no way we'll ever get Blake Wheeler, who's another really good American. We could go to Ottawa and check out, we could check even a player like Zach Parise. Like, he's just going to be impossible to trade for, right? And even someone like Bobby Ryan, who would be kind of the perfect player. You know what, actually, it's not too high. His trade value is not too high. See, Bobby Ryan could potentially be obtainable, but then you look at his cap, and he is making 7.2 for the next 7 years. Wow. Bobby Ryan, you are rich. You are rich. You know what? I'll have a look around the NHL. I honestly will. We'll put out something on our trading block for a first line right winger. But I don't think it's going to be something that we're going to be able to do simply because we don't have the trading assets available, and I really don't feel like going through and completely getting rid of all of our first round picks, all that stuff. So let's actually go ahead here and let's check out a forward. We want a first liner, first line forward. I want him to be established. Let's go 23 to what? 23 to 30? 23 to 30, yeah, to 30. That sounds pretty good. You got to have at least 3.5 star potential. Shooting categories definitely got to be up there. Puck skill, honestly, none of this really matters. Physical category, I'll just put all this stuff up a little bit. Let's make 3 stars for at least everything. I want them to be a decent player, obviously a first liner. Yeah, that's totally fine. Select rating, what does that mean? Oh, wait, you can do like overall. Oh, cool. So you can get some. Oh, cool. This wasn't actually in last year. So we want someone who's at least above an 85 overall to a 93. Who cares? We'll go all the way to a 99. But that's kind of the player that I want. If I'm going to get anyone, it's going to be a first liner, and we'll see what's out there. I mean, we'll add that to the trading wants list, but honestly, I don't think it's really going to happen. We'll see. So with all that being said, there's one more comment that I want to go over here, and it is from A-Ducks. He said, bad luck, Cassian gets traded in xTech's GM mode, and then he gets in a car accident. Apparently, he had a little incident in the with the Montreal Canadiens where he was in a car accident, and then of course we trade him from the GM mode. So bad luck, Cassian, but that's just how things go. Let's go defense for 3 weeks here in the QMJHL, and let's continue 6-0, guys. We are just putting up numbers. Seriously, we're putting up numbers like you would not believe. 9-1, 6-1, 6-0, 5-2. Wow, we are putting up some numbers. Actually lose there against the Colorado Avalanche. What roster moves? What are you talking about? What happened? What roster moves are you talking about? Why did people lose morale? What roster moves are you talking about? Nothing's changed. What is going on? Defensively, why did they say roster? Nothing happened. What has to be what? I don't understand. I don't get it. Whatever. Let's just continue on with the simulation here. We'll try out the trade deadline. We'll see if anyone's going to come after us with anything, but I can't really see us making a big move. And honestly, I would love to get a new first liner. I would love to get a new first line player like Bobby Ryan, who would be just sick, but I just can't see it happen. I cannot see us sacrificing the future for a player who's going to help us out right now. When we're still going to be an elite playoff team, I don't think it's really beneficial towards us to go ahead and trade a bunch of prospects or a first round pick for a player who's going to help us out for the next couple of years. I'm okay with building this team. We got a long time here. It's only year number 1. Let's go here. First period against the Toronto Maple Leafs, 0-0. Period number 2, 3-1. Alexei Emelin, Alexander Semin, and Lance freaking Boma. There we go, Lance Boma. What a beauty. And let's get the third period underway. 4-1. Max Pacioretty gets the goal there to end off the game. Dustin Tokarski actually had the start there, and he got the big victory. There you go. Alexander Semin is just loving all of the ice time. PK's loving it. The thing I really dislike about this version of the GM mode, and this is kind of why I almost went to Legacy this year. I almost did GM mode on previous gen, was because there's no trade day. You don't get to have the phones. That was so much fun. Now you just kind of skip over it, and if a team wants to come at you with a trade, they do very rarely, might I add. But you know what? Let's put a couple of prospects up on our trading block just to see if anyone will send us an offer. We'll put Hudon up there, and then not saying we're going to trade these. Not saying we're going to trade these guys. I'm just trying to spark a little bit of interest with other teams. So we'll put our first on there. We'll put our first round pick on there. Not saying we're going to trade it. None of these players will probably trade. I just kind of want to see if a team's going to come at us. If not, you know what? It's totally fine. We'll take them off the block. See, no players are coming at us. So what's going to happen? Like, we have to, I don't know, we have to go do it ourselves. Like, there's no trade offers coming to us. I hate that. That's something that's so lame. I wish that they would have brought that into this year. But anyways, let's check out the first line forwards here. See if there's anyone that's like obtainable that could play on our first line who could be an American. Like TJ Oshie will be perfect, but no way we're getting TJ Oshie. Vancouver, what do we got here in Vancouver? No one. I could go get one of the Twins, but I mean, why would I go ahead and do that? Honestly, I just can't think of us making a trade. I mean, JVR wouldn't be that bad actually. His trade value is not crazy. He could definitely move out of Toronto. 11 goals, 20 helpers, not having a very good year at all, but he's listed as a mid-elite, so he can still grow, but his trade value is just so high, and I don't know if we could. I mean, we would have to give up we'd probably have to give up like Noah Juleson, and that would honestly that would almost go through. Noah Juleson, do I really want to make a big trade like this? Like Noah Juleson and who else? Like Bourneval, maybe Noah Juleson and Bourneval would probably make it go through. Maybe add a pick instead of Bourneval. Maybe add like a second or like a third. You know what? It's Minnesota's second round pick, so it's not like we're really losing a whole lot. The trade value, honestly, it's there. Noah Juleson is a guy, obviously a first round pick, but we got players like Jared Tenorti. We got a lot of people who can, we got a lot of defensive players, but honestly, I don't think I'm going to do this. Oh, hold on here. Let me think. What I like about JVR is his cap. It's not ridiculous. Like, he's an American. He kind of fits the bill. We could have a nasty first line of, then that means everyone else has to be moved down. So you'll be seeing probably a player like who would be going down. So obviously, for example, we get this trade. It would be Pacioretty, Galchenyuk, JVR. And our second line would be Plekanec, Gallagher, and then Alexander Semin. Our third line would be Eller, Boma, and David Desharnais. And our fourth line, everyone would have to be, see, that kind of leaves Devontae Smith-Pelly out of the running for a job. Do I want to do this? The team's doing well. Oh man, JVR. You know what? Maybe we'll look at it in the offseason, but as of right now, things are going too well. I'm not going to make this trade. I'm not going to do it. Noah Juleson could be a really good player for us, listed as a top 4. I'm not going to do it. If any team wants to come at us with a trade, which I don't think they will, because it's so dumb. See, now the trade deadline's over, and that was so boring. Trade deadline's supposed to be fun. There's no more phones. I don't understand why they took that out for the life of me, but you know, we're staying on with what we have. I am okay with not making any moves at all. I know that would have been nice to have JVR, but I don't really feel like getting rid of a player like Noah Juleson and a pick. We'll revisit it in the offseason though. Remember that, JVR. We will revisit JVR in the offseason. PK says, I'm glad you're taking my obvious talents into account with the excess ice time that I am getting. There are a lot of guys in the locker room working hard to earn some of your ice. You gotta earn it, buddy. You gotta earn that, PK. Okay, so let's just get some simulation done here. Let's just go. Maybe not getting JVR will hurt us because, again, in Brandon's comment, he said that Alexander Semin is not known for his playoff performances, but you know what? I'm fine with it. I am confident with this team. We've made a couple of trades. We've made a couple of minor moves, and I mean, we're winning games. We're 41-20-4. There's no reason why I should go ahead and make a huge trade like that. Shaking up the roster like that really isn't something that I want to do when we're doing so well. You know, 42-21-5. I have no complaints with that. We're definitely going to be a playoff team. We're beating teams left and right, putting up some numbers. Alexander Semin, he seems to be happy. Let's just get the rest of the year done. 4-1 victory, 4-1 loss. Let's go up against the Anaheim Ducks here. Let's go. Big victories, boys. Let's go ahead and slow sim this one. We're at home, boys. Let's go. First period, 2-1. There you go. Devontae Smith-Pelly and Max Pacioretty. Second period, 3-2. Brendan Gallagher and Hampus Lindholm. Period number 3. Oh, wow. We get a bunch of goals. We get 3 in the third period, and Corey Perry gets 1. Plekanec, De La Rose, and Alex Galchenyuk. 6-3. We beat a pretty good team there in Anaheim, so we can definitely compete with the best of them. Absolutely we can. Let's go ahead and slow sim one more game. Let's get it done against Florida. That should be some easy pickings. They are one of the worst teams in the league. We've got some player morale stuff to go through here. Alexander Semin, he's an 84. He says, I wish everyone in the locker room could just put aside their differences and focus on winning games. So you can kind of see here he's got no high locker room chemistry. I think Alexander Semin is just a guy that's there. I don't think he's really going to fit into our long-term goals, but you know what? He's putting up numbers right now. The team's doing well. I think Alexander Semin is kind of just a baby. If you want change to become a role model, you can lead by example. It better have a positive effect. There you go. I think the team is gelling. See, that's what I'm talking about. Alexander Semin is the only one that's bitching, and everyone else is stoked. You've been doing well lately, no doubt, but I know you still have more to give. Dale Weiss, you're an absolute beauty. There you go. Yeah, we'll do a whole, a complete, we'll definitely go ahead and do a whole season wrap-up. Hopefully we can get to 50 wins. That would be sick. Only 3 more to get there. I think we have 8 more games or something. 48, 49. Oh, no, not yet. Come on, Florida. These are easy victories. To be easy victories. 1-0. Okay, this could potentially be... Okay, we could get our 50th win and give Florida their 50th loss. Oh, wow. That is bad news bears for Florida. Let's go. First period. 1-1. Oh, chat in and see who scored there. Period number 2, 3-2, Torrey Mitchell and Thomas Plekanec. Period number 3, and we hold on for our 50th win of the year. Torrey Mitchell had a goal and Torrey Mitchell had a goal and an assist. Carey Price held it down, 28 stops, and that is the big number 5-0 for the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to get into the playoffs as well next episode, which should be a lot of fun. So, you know what? We're going to dismiss the player morale. We're going to look at it at the end of the year. But we got a showdown here to end off the year. We got two of the best teams in the NHL, Tampa versus Montreal. Could be an Eastern Conference final matchup preview. Period number 1. Okay, 0-0. Shots are pretty even. Period number 2. Oh, there you go. Lance Boma, baby. There he is. What a beauty. Let's end it off good, boys. Period number 3. 3-1. Plekanec and Galchenyuk. Steven Stamkos got one on Price, but it does not matter. Tom Gilbert, 2 helpers, and that was all Carey Price all day, every day. There you go, boys. 51 victories throughout the year. That is just excellent. Let's see who we're going to face up with. Oh boy, we got Tampa Bay in the first round. Fuck Eastern Conference Finals. We got them in the first round, guys. Oh wow, that's going to be a series and a half. But we finished off the year being just behind Tampa Bay, and Ottawa absolutely just destroyed the year. But let's do a quick little season wrap up. We'll go ahead and check all the stats, all of that good stuff. We're going to hold a team meeting just before we get into the playoffs. I want you to know, I'm going to wait until we go next episode to hold the team meeting. It doesn't paint a pretty picture. You know what, Gallagher, we don't expect you to put up a whole bunch of points, but we need you to produce when you can. So the numbers are black and white. We need you to produce. There you go. Had a positive effect on them. I'm not going to hold a team meeting until the start of the playoffs in next episode. So here are the lines. Did anyone else progress? You can see Galchenyuk still in 88. Did Thomas Plekanec go up? Is he now in 87? I think he went up. I think he was 86 last time. And Lance Boma is actually in 85 now, which is just fantastic. There you go. Devontae Smith-Pelly doing good as well. De La Rose is now at 82. He jumped up. He was at 80, I believe, at the start of the year. So lots of positive stuff here in Montreal. Jeff Petrie, I think he was at 84. He's jumping up to 85 now. And then obviously the goaltenders, Carey freaking Price, 95 overall. The best goalie in the National Hockey League without a doubt. So let's go ahead and let's check out the stats for the entire year. Let's go. Max Pacioretty finished the year 67 points, it looks like, which is not bad at all. Let's go here. 67, Galchenyuk had 60 points. That's going to be nothing but positive for Alex Galchenyuk. He's going to be a monster. PK had 57 points. That's pretty good. Thomas Plekanec, 56. Look at that. Alexander Semin did exactly what I wanted him to do. 25 goals, 26 helpers. He was a plus 26. For Alexander Semin to be a plus 26, that's pretty good. I had intentions of getting rid of him in one of the first episodes, but honestly, he really proved me wrong. And 25 goals, he may have earned a spot for next year because he's only on a one-year contract. So he may, depending on how he does in the playoffs, he may have just earned himself a job for another year. Brendan Gallagher, the hometown kid, he had 44 points. That's perfect. Exactly what I want from him. Andrei Markov had no goals, but 36 helpers. Where is Devontae Smith-Pelly? So Smith-Pelly had 27 points playing on the second line. I might look to get a better second liner. Honestly, Devontae Smith-Pelly is probably a really good third liner, but we got a really good third liner in Lance Boma, who had a great year, 27 points, 13 goals. Jeff Petrie, Lars Eller kind of going to be on his way out potentially, and De La Rose is going to be on his way up. Torrey Mitchell, Dale Weiss, Alexi Emelin didn't really do a whole lot, and Nathan Beaulieu there. So now let's look at the goaltenders for the year. Obviously Price ran away with it. He should be nothing but fantastic. He went 42 and 19 with a total of 8 shutouts. Holy shit, Price. Tokarski did pretty good as well, 9 and 6 with 2 shutouts. Look at the goals against average. They're really good. I'm pretty happy with how the team has been producing. Very, very happy with how things are looking up here. So we got Tampa in the first round. Actually, what I want to do is check out stats for the entire NHL. We'll go ahead and do that. I want to see if anyone had over 100 points. That's kind of what I'm interested in. Go all the way to the entire NHL, kind of in the middle here. Let's go entire NHL. Let's go here. Point-wise, 83 for Alexander Ovechkin. See, no one is really running away with it. No one puts up a huge amount of points, which is kind of strange. Erik Karlsson, 77. Jamie Benn, 77. Tyler Johnson, wow. A lot of players put up a lot of points this year. Patty Kane, anyone is real surprised here. Patty Sharp, 70 points on his new team. That's not too bad. Anyone who's a really big surprise? Paul Stastny, wow. I did not really expect that. Anyone else here? Where were we for points? So we were probably, I don't know where this is, probably like 20th in points, which isn't terrible. Top 20 in the league. I'm definitely not going to complain about that. Rookie goaltenders, who was a rookie goalie this year? Malcolm Subban went 2-8 to start off his NHL career. Not that good. Vasilevsky went 9-1 though, but he's playing on Tampa Bay, arguably one of the best teams in the whole world. Connor McDavid had 50 points. He's at 88 after year one. Oh my God, Connor McDavid, you are nasty and disgusting. Jesus, he's honestly gonna be like 95 plus. Jesus. Sam Bennett did pretty well. Ryan Hartman, Kirby Reichel, Adam Clendenning, Samuelson, Vili Polka. All these guys are your rookies for the year. And now let's check out the goalies, all that good stuff. Probably gonna be Price. Ooh, wow, look at that. Sergei Bobrovsky had 6 points in the regular season, and Cam Ward was the only one who scored a goal. Actually had 5 points. That's not too bad, a boy Cam Ward. But wins, obviously, ooh, wow, Jonas Hiller had 46 wins. Jesus. Price had 42. There you go. Bunch of really good goalies this year. Bunch of tendies. Dude, Bishop had 14 shutouts. Oh my God. Pavlik had 11. Holy crap. Now what I want to check here is I want to check defenseman. Sure, why not? Let's check the defenseman out. Erik Karlsson, 28 goals, just a machine. Dustin Byfuglien, 61 points. Dougie Hamilton, oh, I bet you're regretting that, aren't you, Bruins? Mike Green, Burns, Krug. Krug had a really good year. Subban, all those guys are up there. We were like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We were 6th in points for defensemen, so that's not too bad at all. Now, what I want to check, one last thing here. I want to check out the team stats, how we did throughout the entire NHL. So we finished 5th in the NHL. A lot of teams had 50 wins this year, which is crazy. Let's check out goals for. 217 goals for. We were definitely up there. We were, hold on, where were we? It doesn't say what number you were anymore. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we scored a decent amount of goals for sure. Whereas Montreal, we got 2.6 goals per game, which isn't that bad at all. Goals against, 177 goals against. We're in the top 5, which is fantastic. Goals against per game, we're definitely up there. Now where are we for power play? I want to see our power play. Where were we? Power play, definitely not at the bottom. Hopefully not at the bottom anyways. Montreal didn't do fantastic, actually. 16% on the power play. What's our PK looking like? 83%, so it should be a little bit higher than where we were on the PK. We're 4th for PK, which is fantastic. Home and away, we're much better at the Bell Center than we are away from the Bell Center. But quickly have a look at Tampa Bay. They're 8-2-0 in their last 10, so they're definitely hot going into the playoffs. They got a good PK, they got a good penalty kill. They score a lot of goals. They can put the puck in the net, and we got Tampa Bay in the first round. So thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the playoffs against the Tampa Bay Lightning. It is going to be a showdown. It's going to be a hell of a series. I'll talk to you guys then.